Now, Solar Hut have been manufacturing solar hot water systems in Australia for over 60 years, and they are still the leader today.
Open source ecology in particular seemed like an incredible...
So by now, I'm sure you're wondering when the hard part is coming up, and
With this knowledge, we created a process for designing highly productive.
And as we get ready to save the world from the municipality of Kelowna, British Columbia, Canada, we continue recording Video Radio this July the 5th, 2013. I'm Darren Howard.
And I'm Robert Nisbet.
And that's just about as corporate as we're going to get. I mean, that was pretty cool, eh?
Yeah.
It sounded like a real radio announcer guy, didn't it?
Kinda.
Almost. We're not going to try that hard. What we're going to do is run clips that save the world, and we're going to start with this one.
A lot of experts are wondering why we're not doing more to harness the sun's energy.
I don't know why every bit of water in Australia isn't heated by the sun. Doesn't make any sense to me in a country as gifted as you have.
Yeah.
That the sun isn't the major source of energy in your country.
That's why using solar hot water makes so much sense. Now, Solar Hut have been manufacturing solar hot water systems in Australia for over 60 years, and they are still the leader today. And they're still helping Australians save money off their energy bill by simply using hot water free from the sun. When choosing a solar water heater, there are several options available. Thermo-siphon roof-mounted tanks are Australian manufactured and use a double ceramic lining for durability. You'll know these systems well. They've been a familiar sight on the roofs of Australian homes for decades. Another option is the split system, with collectors located on the roof heating water, which is then pumped down to a storage tank, which is located under the eaves in a discreet position out of general view. Solar Hut recently introduced a new range of high-performing split systems, which are specifically designed to maximise solar gains, and like all other Solar Hut solar water products, it comes with a comprehensive factory warranty. It's this time of the year that the old hot water system will often pack up, leaving you with cold showers. Well, save yourself the grief. Check out the Solar Hut website. They can have you back in hot water in just 24 hours. There are still government rebates available, and they have finance packages to help you get into solar.
So there you go. Solar Solutions.
There's money in green technology. Who would have thought?
Oh, yeah. But, of course, if you're listening to the Enbridge executives, you know that there's no solution like that.
And they're manufacturing them there, too, which helps with employment as well.
You know, we could be doing that. But here, I'm going to give you one that shows you how ridiculously stupid our government is, okay?
Yeah.
We have freezers all across Canada, and for a couple months every year, this whole country is frozen. Why don't we take advantage of all that cold air with our freezers built into our houses?
Gee, I don't know.
Just check out how they used to refrigerate things before refrigerators were invented, and you'll see that we have solutions that could eliminate oil right now. But there are some guys that are doing it.
Oh, this is amazing. This was a contest that was held, and these are the results.
And these guys are so cool. Get on the net, check our facts. We got it. Here you go.
We chose Open Source Ecology. They were one of 5 other finalists, and who are all amazing. The reason that we chose them in particular was because we were, in essence, really looking to rev up change.
Open Source Ecology is a global network of innovators building open source tools. Anything from basic tools like tractors and bread ovens to modern manufacturing equipment like 3D printers, laser cutters, CNC mills, things like that.
Open Source Ecology in particular seemed like an incredible innovation, an incredibly innovative group whose work was designed, in essence, to be scalable. They're creating a really ambitious endeavor as well, which we thought was very interesting, but doing it in a very tactical, implementable sort of way. Again, seems like a huge potential and proposition that we want to support, and to whom the grant and again the resources and the potential to get the story out about these kinds of innovations seemed a really powerful fit.
Well, OSC has been growing very rapidly from a tiny organization to an organization with machines built in dozens of countries around the world with thousands of collaborators and users. And we've seen that growth. It's been exponential the last few years, but we're starting small and big hopes. So we're kind of on the threshold, I think.
It's actually really inspiring to work with a group like NBC on something like this. I think that, there is a real potential to surface stories about amazing and inspiring and positive innovation. Personally, I used to be involved in media, and the potential to have a partner that can share stories like this with a wider audience at a time when I feel like, if anything, people need more inspiration than ever before, and to think about what they could do that's positive, but also relevant to business, relevant to culture, is really where I feel like it's a very powerful partnership.
Now, these guys at Open Source Ecology have been vilified because they're giving all their plants away for free.
Yes, but how are you supposed to make money if you give away stuff for free?
Yeah, but making money is not the end-all and be-all. Money does not make the world go around, and it certainly does not help our government run the show.
Absolutely not.
But, there are a lot of people trapped in that paradigm that think for some reason we all need to bow down before banks. Sorry. Open Source Ecology, get on the internet, find these guys. They have isolated the number of tools that we need to maintain a modern society, and they build a tractor that doesn't cost $50,000. It costs...
and it doesn't break down,
right,
and it doesn't have to be replaced.
And it costs $1,500.
Yeah.
And you can build it.
And it's modular.
Yeah. Okay. CNC machines, all kinds of interesting stuff. If you're a power nerd like me, then make sure you get on that. Or if you're a jock like me, make sure that you go out and check out how they really doing muscling stuff up. Okay.
So are you tired of high gas bills?
I am tired of high gas bills.
Most people are. But, there is a solution to that as well.
Tell me, what is that?
Well, I'll let Wendy explain it.
Hi, I'm Wendy Tremaine. I'm one half of Holy Scrap Hot Springs, a homestead in Truth or Consequences, New Mexico. And today I'm going to run you through the making of biofuel very fast, very easy. And we're starting off here with 70 grams of lye and a half gallon of methanol. And when mixed, which I'm about to do, we'll have methoxide. Okay, so we're pretty well mixed. In case you haven't guessed, wear your dirtiest clothes. And here's 3 gallons of waste veggie oil. I'm gonna dump this right in. And this is filtered waste veg oil. Okay, lid on.
Tight.
Tight. Tight reminds the cameraman. And then we shake. Ta-da! So we're gonna let this sit for about 4 days. Okay, we'll come back in 4 days. Okay, it's been 3 days since we mixed methanol and lye and made methoxide and added it to waste veggie oil, filtered waste veggie oil. And now I'm just gonna pour it off. So we're gonna pour off. So by now I'm sure you're wondering when the hard part is coming up, and there is no hard part. Maybe it's just hard picking this up and putting it in the car, huh? So this is my biofuel, nice and clean. And our last step is to put it in my new VW Beetle diesel. So this is $10 of fuel. Cost me about $2 and some time. Okay, that's your small-scale biodiesel production lesson. See ya.
Of course, after we saw that South African teenagers were running a generator on urine.
Yeah.
Okay. And they figured that one out. And I'm sitting there surfing the net. I found out that in African countries, if you have a farm, it's legislated you have to have a biodiesel plant.
Really?
Because they're not shipping oil and they're not buying oil.
No.
And so you can run your farm off of oil. Whole countries are doing this, of course. Here's Canada rocking right with the Monsanto world, not making any sense. But this
is another answer to high fuel costs.
There are solutions.
For Sean Wright from Berora in northern Sydney, Australia, fueling his car is not a matter of visiting his local petrol station. Instead, he fills his car up at home with an unlikely alternative, vegetable oil. With a little know-how, making the switch to vegetable oil is a relatively easy process. Wright filters his oil in barrels, then converts the filter in his engine. Wright says vegetable oil runs more smoothly and quietly than diesel. When he needs more, he simply visits his local restaurant or fish and chip shop to pick up their unwanted oil. Robert Fyvie from the Biofuel Users Association in Australia says he's noticed a rise in the number of people using vegetable oil and biodiesel. However, the carbon emissions saved through the use of biofuel can be offset if forests are cut down to make way for biofuel crop plantations. It seems for the moment, though, biofuel is certainly sustainable at a local level, like Wright's. The oil he uses is waste and was going to be thrown out anyway, so he can drive happy knowing he is helping reduce his carbon footprint.
So why aren't we doing this?
Well, you know, because they explained to us that this isn't right. You know, you shouldn't do it yourself. You must rely on the government or corporations to supply you with whatever you need.
Yes. Talking about just
Happy Independence Day.
Yes, day of irony down in the States. Just celebrated across the country. We had our own false flag thing happening. We got a special about that. We just loaded up. But biodiesel, biofuels, okay, over Unity machines. Make sure you go and check our facts because these things are not only possible, they're becoming reality around the world.
That they are.
We're promoting aquaponics right here. Let's start things off on municipal sustainability. What do you got?
This is a concept idea, but it's really, really cool.
Today's agro-industrial food production is focused on single product systems. These monocultures generate far-reaching problems. Their structural need for complex logistical chains siphons money away from food producers and alienates consumers from the source of their food. Monocultures also concentrate and separate material flows that would normally cycle between multiple ecosystem elements. A team of us at Accept came together to develop a smart polyculture-based solution that would address all of these problems. With support from Dutch partner organizations Innovation Network and SIGN, we set off on a year-long research trajectory. We visited farms, interviewed experts, and developed databases on over 400 agricultural products. With this knowledge, we created a process for designing highly productive greenhouse ecosystems. We co-located crops and animals based on their resource preferences. We layered hydroponic production with soil-based crops. We envisioned internal logistics systems to simplify harvest and processing, and we beneficially coupled material flows between products. Polydome can produce high-value niche products for local sale rather than growing a single product for low-margin export. This can improve the livelihoods of workers, farmers, and local consumers. Polydome increases food security and access while improving the business case for urban agriculture. We publish the results of our work in a free open-source research document for anyone to use. We want Polydome to become a reality, and are now developing partnerships to build the first pilot. Do you share our vision of a diverse, distributed agricultural system that reconnects people with nature? Come talk to us. Visit www.accept.nl.
And once again, open source and for free.
That's right. That's large-scale stuff. We have an example of small-scale sustainability right here.
Okay, check it out.
So what we're looking at here is we have an 800-gallon rain catchment tank off of our roof, and we just harvest that and use that to irrigate all our crops here. So we use it to top up our aquaponic system, which consumes about, I would call it 20 to 30 gallons of water a week. We use it for irrigating our seedlings, which we use for both our in-ground growing and our aquaponics. And if you want to take a look at the fish, here they come.
We will.
So these tilapia will grow to approximately 4 pounds, but we'll start harvesting about 1.5 pounds. What I like about this system is it gives you a supply of both organic veg as well as a protein source from the fish. And the great thing about this is if we can create a land-based supply of protein in Barbados, there's no sense creating a system when there's no replacement. So I'm all about getting to the root of the problem, which right now seems to be food.
And that's what we're all about, getting to the base of the problem, and it's all about food.
That's right. Food, shelter, and water.
There's no reason why we should be profiting off of something as natural as our food and our food production. That's why the Windsor system of government does not work.
No.
Triple our grocery prices, quadruple our vegetable prices, only because the oil industry and major corporations are in charge of groceries.
Well, you know, when profit's the bottom line.
Then people are the ones who lose. I'm Darren Howard.
And I'm Robert Nisbet.
Stand up, stand your ground, start fighting for our future and getting rid of these freeloaders who are currently running our economy into the ground. We've got more solutions and innovations coming up with the Municipal Sustainability Program right here at Radio Free Canada. And we're coming back, and we're going to be talking about politics after this. Hang on.